Good morning, everybody. So it is Friday the 13th. This has been a rather strange week, but I want to tell you about some of the conversations or things that happened to me, to the universe, I don't know, whatever. So yesterday, and I feel like this was set up by the universe, I had the most awesome conversation with a 17-year-old. She came in with her parents to the office for a closing yesterday. And when she got in, she went on in, and when she got in the closing room, she found a 2-inch praying mantis in my closing room, of all places. How in the world a praying mantis gets inside a building and even all the way into a closing room? It had to have jumped on somebody's purse or back or something. Anyway, she brought it out, took it outside, and then instead of going back into the closing room, she sat in the lobby with me, and she was like, I took a praying mantis out, and we got to talking, and I had asked her how old she was, and she said she was 17, and the phones were not ringing off the hook yesterday, so I got a chance to just literally have a conversation with her, and I asked her if she believed in past lives and reincarnation, and she said yes, that she felt like she was an old soul. So open door, there you go. I have the opportunity of a lifetime to have a conversation with someone about their purpose here on earth. And so we talked about all kinds of different things, and I told her, I said, you are here for a reason. And she's like here right now, and I'm like, you are here on earth right now for a reason, to help bring in new earth. And you could tell that it was the first time she had heard that, but it was almost like her soul knew that and she just needed confirmation from somebody. So never skip an opportunity to have a conversation with somebody when the door gets opened. Point number one. Also, I had a lady that came in, an older, probably in her 70s, and she had come in with her face thing on and she dropped off something, and on the way out she kind of turned around and looked at me, and she goes, I started wearing my again. And she's like, I kind of was hoping this was going to be over with, or asked kind of like, when is this going to be over with? And I looked at her and I said, whenever you decide. And she just got this look on her face, like this puzzled look on her face, kind of like, you mean I get to decide when I'm done with this baloney? And she kind of stood there for a second and went ahead and left. But I would be willing to bet that ends up being a conversation with some of her friends when she gets out of there. Because it was like the first time somebody had ever told her, it's your choice to do what you want to do in this case and not listen to what everybody else is telling you. You know, it's your life. Live your life the way you want to. And earlier in the week, I had, there was a lot of bitchy people. I mean, they were coming in and complaining about a lot of different things, not necessarily about our company. It was more of just, you could just tell people were sick of jumping through hoops, or people saying they're going to do something and not doing it, or just, you know, I can always tell when the public has just had enough with what's going on in the world, because I can tell by the way they vent on me a lot of times. And it's not, you know, they're not necessarily venting at me personally. They're just venting because they've got somebody that'll listen to them. And when I started working at the title company back last year, before I even started working there, I bought a bowl, a little wooden bowl, and a bunch of little crystals, and took some of my crystals from home and parked them on my desk because I just felt like I wanted to have those there to be by me. And this week, I finally got the nudge to start recycling those and giving those out. So I gave one to one of my closers. I had a guy that come in that had his car hit, and he was venting, or he was frustrated and kind of talking to me, and he had even said, thanks for being my counselor or something. And I pulled out my little bowl of rocks and stuck it up there, and I was like, pick one. And he was like, really? And so I did that with 3-4 people this week. And I know that little gesture shifted their energy immediately from being negative to go into a positive because of a silly little crystal that didn't cost me a whole lot. So I've been looking at crystals again on, I'll just get them off Amazon or whatever, and keep my bowl there, because now I feel like I'm ready to start handing some of those over on those situations where people are not having a good day, and in like just setting that up there and say, pick one, whatever you want, So I guess my point is, don't ever think that you cannot shift somebody's energy in a second by something you say, something you do. I have had every conversation under the book this week. I even tried to have a conversation with someone yesterday about directed energy weapons, and she goes, I'm just having a hard time believing that, who are these bad people that are doing this? And of course the phone rang, so that ended that conversation. But I kind of understand why things are dragging out, because it seems like even people that are halfway aware of what's going on, they cannot wrap their heads around the fact that there would be such evil in the world that they would be intentionally starting the fires, doing the floods, doing the negative things that are happening in the world right now on their way out. And so I don't know. But anyway, and you may or may not know, like, I haven't watched any of it. Well, I haven't. I watched a smidgen. The My Pillow guy doing the symposium about the thing that happened in November of last year, and all of the wrong information that was reported on the winner. So that was supposed to reveal some big news this week, and apparently it got hacked. Tarot by Janine seems to think it might have got hacked by the good guys, because the good guys were not quite ready for him to let out all of the information, and he was told to back off. Maybe that's true, maybe it's not, I don't know. But I think a lot of people were really waiting on something huge to come out of that, and it does not appear that it has come out just yet. Maybe by the time you watch this video, it will have come out. So it's just been a strange week. It's like, I feel like I'm walking around on eggshells within myself and around the people. I mean, people feel edgy because it's like they feel it's like a baby getting ready to be born. It's like any minute, and it feels like that in the energy right now. So I'm curious if you guys are feeling that. I've been sleeping like really good, which I'm happy about. I feel like the universe is giving me a nice break before all hell breaks loose. And I had, I don't know if this was prophetic or what the deal is, but we had a big storm that came through part of the middle of the United States. Would have been Thursday night. It did not hit where I live. I didn't know that it was coming, but I got up yesterday morning and I saw a little blurb that there were like 1 million people without electricity yesterday in the United States because of a big storm that had come through. And I was like, I knew that. How did I know that? Well, when I was taking my shower, I remembered I had a dream where I was moving trees, helping move trees out of the road. There had been a big storm. There was a bunch of trees that had fallen all over the road, and cars had like either got stuck on the trees because they decided to drive over it or whatever. And I was like, oh my God, was I helping with this storm in the middle of the night while I should have been sleeping? And so it's just been kind of a crazy week, and that I assume it has something to do with that 8-8 Lions Gate portal that opened up it's been open for a while. It's probably about ready to close. Anyway, I hope y'all have a fantastic Friday the 13th, because we know that there is nothing wrong with Friday the 13th. So have a fabulous day. Let me know what's going on with you. Anything good, bad going on, conversations, or whatever. I will talk to you later. Bye.